Alrighty, back right here. We have a lot to get to today. We're going to have a special message at the very end, two very special messages at the end of this broadcast, at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to be talking about temperatures will be on the hotter side throughout much of this week. It'll be increasing. And we're looking at thunderstorm chances returning back into the forecast after a dry period expected this week. We're getting that latest timing here. Let's go ahead and jump into it now. So starting off here, Monday, today, and Tuesday is going to be nice and dry conditions. So again, great day ahead. No thunderstorm chances at all whatsoever. So definitely want to make sure you enjoy that. But as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for severe weather through much of our southwestern North Carolina mountains, East Tennessee region, all of our northeast Georgia counties, and portions of our upstate South Carolina counties. Again, that's a level 1 out of 5. And this is a couple days out, so many impacts we can't specifically say at this time. It's too hard to tell. We're going to have to look at forecast models and give you that latest estimate of what we may be expecting. But again, we have a marginal risk through much of Wednesday, so severe weather will start to be on the ramp up towards Wednesday. Then we shift towards Thursday. The severe weather threat level 1 out of 5 for severe weather makes its way into portions of the upstate portion of South Carolina, North Carolina, Piedmont, Northeast Georgia, and portions of East Tennessee. Also, we're going to give an update on the latest tropics here in just a moment, so stay tuned for that. Again, this is a level 1 out of 5 for the Charlotte Metro, Greenville-Spartanburg Metro, and portions of Northeast Georgia. So again, we'll look at the forecast models in just a few, give you the latest estimate of what we're possibly going to see Wednesday and Thursday, and see if there's even a severe weather threat throughout the next couple of days. So let's go ahead here and Hurricane Center's outlook. We are monitoring 2 tropical disturbances in the Atlantic Ocean there off the Caribbean as well. Many of these chances are relatively high too. About 50% chance, medium risk for a tropical disturbance here in the Atlantic Ocean here just towards the northeast of Bridgetown. If you're familiar where Puerto Rico is, just towards the east of Puerto Rico, we're monitoring this threat here. Forecast models are going to make its way close to the Carolinas, but I mean, 2 forecast models are going to say a direct hit from that. Again, way too early here at this time, but we're continuing to monitor this. Here, we're most likely probably going to see a tropical depression out of it throughout the next couple of days. But we're monitoring this system specifically very closely, and we'll keep you updated on the latest. And if it does start to threaten our coverage region, but the chances are really low for that, but never zero. But if it does, then we'll keep you updated on the latest information here on Highland Weather. And then we're monitoring the system here that doesn't pose an impact at all to the United States, even to our coverage region. It's going to be moving about northeast throughout the next couple of days. So again, we're probably going to see a tropical depression out of this system as well, it's also sitting at about a 40% chance of development there throughout the next 2 days and throughout the next 7 days. So again, we'll keep you updated on the latest here and let you know with any further details if any of these forecasts change. Now shifting towards the excessive rainfall outlook, we are watching a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for excessive rainfall through much of Wednesday, as possibly rounds and rounds of moderate to very heavy rainfall. We'll get to that forecast model in just a moment. It is possible throughout the western North Carolina mountains, portions of East Tennessee, portions of upstate South Carolina, and the North Carolina Piedmont. So again, rounds and rounds of moderate to very heavy rainfall are possible, which will make a big flooding concern. So really want to watch out with that and keep it tuned to Highland Weather for the latest. That's also the same kind of scenario here for Thursday, as a marginal risk continues for the Greenville, Spartanburg Metro, Columbia Metro, Charlotte Metro, Toccoa Metro. All of those regions currently remain under a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. So again, out of all getting a little bit concerning there, but just keep it tuned to Highland Weather for the latest information, the latest forecast, and we'll keep you updated here if anything changes as well. Now, temperatures were cooler throughout much of the weekend. We sat at temperatures in the lower 80s, mid 80s in the western North Carolina mountains, lower 90s there towards the upstate and central portion of South Carolina. However, don't let that fool you, because temperatures will be on the increased side throughout much of this week. We'll get to that specific detail in just a moment, but I wanted to bring up the Climate Prediction Center's outlook here. This is throughout the next 6 to 10 days. We're seeing that we're going to get a higher end temperature outlook here. We're looking at above average temperatures through much of the Asheville metro, even way above average temperatures through much of central portion of South Carolina, Piedmont, North Carolina, and the Asheville and Greenville-Spartanburg metro. So again, don't let that fool you, because those chances, the temperatures will be on the increase side throughout the next couple of weeks, or days for that matter. Alright, let's look at the latest GFS model run throughout the next couple of days. We're not going to look at the HRRR or anything like that, because those are specifically today and tomorrow's outlooks, and we're not really expecting anything at all whatsoever, severe weather-wise, throughout today and tomorrow, so no need to show that. But looking at the latest GFS model run, starting off this morning here, nice dry day. Great day to do any outdoor activity, so positive news there. Same kind of scenario through much of Tuesday. You can see out of all 5, 6, 7 o'clock, just nice conditions continuing through much of the forecasting region. But as we continue to go through here just a little bit more into Wednesday, then we start to see the shower and thunderstorm chances popping up towards portions of East Tennessee. So again, we'll start to see the chances start to ramp up there around 6 p.m. Wednesday, so really want to watch out with that. Then the shower and thunderstorm chances will move in through the coverage region throughout Thursday morning. So again, take those extra precautions if doing anything throughout the early morning hours on Thursday. The showers will continue through much of Thursday morning into the early and mid portion of Thursday morning. So really want to watch out for that same kind of scenario through the upstate portion of South Carolina and the North Carolina Piedmont. But as we continue to go through here, shower and thunderstorm chances continue all throughout Thursday. So again, Thursday, we're seeing moderate to very heavy rainfall continuing through much of the western North Carolina mountains, upstate portion of South Carolina there as well. And it's just continuing through much of Thursday before finally drying off into the early portion of Friday morning by 1 a.m. Dry conditions will continue. This is the 28th as we continue throughout the next couple of hours. Then we start to see the shower and thunderstorm chances ramp up just a little bit more towards the evening and overnight hours on Friday, but out of all, dry day continuing. Then same kind of scenario through much of Saturday. Dry conditions continuing throughout the entirety of the coverage region. I didn't mean to do that. So again, some positive news there with that. Then as we continue throughout much of the forecast here, out of all getting into August 30th, no showers are really in the forecast. Maybe a pop-up shower is possible just towards much of the western North Carolina mountains, but out of all, not too concerning. Then we go into portions of the 31st, August 31st, which is my birthday, which is just around the corner, which is all hard to believe too. Shower and thunderstorm chances pop up towards portions of East Tennessee and the western North Carolina mountains. Then it starts to expand. By 11 a.m. we can see showers continuing through much of the Asheville metro, Franklin metro there as well. So again, showers will be on the increase side through much of Monday, so really want to watch out with that, continuing into the evening and overnight hours before finally towards Tuesday, September 1st. Dry conditions will be back into the forecast there yet again, and as we continue throughout the next couple of hours, showers will continue, and then we'll see pop-up showers yet again through much of September 2nd towards the evening and overnight hours there as well. So again, shower and thunderstorm chances spotty. Then we start to see another risk for possible severe weather through much of September 5th. Again, we're way out, so many changes to the forecast are expected here. And then we can see out of all, most likely could be a storm system moving in September 5th, so we'll keep our eye on that. Continuing throughout much of the coverage region into early and late portion of Sunday. So we'll let you know on the latest information. That's the furthest we have on the GFS model run. So again, some positive news there with that. And it doesn't look like the GFS model is wanting to show any tropical moisture, tropical storm, tropical depression pushing its way through the coverage region. So again, positive news there. Looks like the chances are very minimal. Alright, let's look at the latest GFS model run for the temperatures. Just to give you a quick update on that. Starting off the morning around 11 a.m. Temperatures will be relatively cooler in the western North Carolina mountains. Mid-70s there in Asheville. Lower 80s there in the upstate portion of South Carolina. Upper 80s there towards the central portion of South Carolina. And we start to see temperatures will be on the increase side, cooler in the western North Carolina mountains, but reaching lower 90s there towards Greenville-Spartanburg, around 96 in Columbia there, 90 in Charlotte, 86 in Knoxville, 82 in Asheville. Then temperatures will be on the increase side through much of the overnight hours. Then we start to see it through the overnight hours on Tuesday, towards the early portion of Tuesday morning. Temperatures will be cooler. We're talking about temperatures in the lower 50s, mid-50s, 55 in Asheville, 68 in Greenville-Spartanburg, Columbia sitting at 77 degrees, 74 in Charlotte, and 65 in Hickory. So again, massive drop in temperatures are expected. You want to make sure you enjoy that. And we're set to see temperatures as we wake up Tuesday morning in the 50s. We'll probably see some foggy conditions, so really want to watch out for that. Upper 60s towards the upstate and central portion of South Carolina. Then temperatures will be on the hotter side through much of Tuesday. Temperatures will get relatively hot there too. 85 in Asheville, 90 in Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia sitting at 96. Same kind of scenario through much of the overnight hours yet again in the western North Carolina mountains. Then temperatures will be a lot hotter, if I can get it here. A lot hotter on Wednesday. 88 in Asheville, 94 in Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia sitting relatively close to 100 degrees, and 96 in Charlotte, so really want to watch out with that. And lastly, taking a look at our Thursday, temperatures will be relatively cool. We're talking about temperatures in the upper 70s in the western North Carolina mountains, mid 80s there towards the upstate and central portion of South Carolina. Some places even in the upstate and in the central portion of South Carolina, possibly reaching the upper 80s. So again, nice dry conditions will continue through much of Monday and the Tuesday, so make sure you enjoy that. Temperatures will be on the increased side today and tomorrow there as well, but thunderstorm chances will ramp up through much of Wednesday into the weekend, so just watch out with that if you're doing any outdoor activities through much of today. And another update too, I'm officially starting a different job unrelated to Howler weather here, which will take up half of the day throughout the next couple of days, throughout the next couple of weeks for that matter. So there will be times that I won't be able to cover storms here on Highland Weather. I'm going to work with the team, so whenever there's severe weather threat, the team members can go live whenever I can, or whenever I can, I'll go live here on the channel with the latest information. So just wanted to give a quick update on that and just let you guys know. You probably won't see me around the coverage a lot as you guys normally do, so just stay aware with that. Also, playing Trudy, which you guys are familiar with if you are in social media, scrolling, where he does these TikTok videos with many of his fans. I actually Highland Weather got a shout out yesterday, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you look it up on TikTok, Instagram, any of those, and just see. It was relatively fun. I was able to be in his music video, so also watch out with that. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Becca Rep. Thank you so much, Chief, for tuning in. Again, those tropical systems most likely will not make its way into our western North Carolina mountains, but we'll keep you updated on the latest information. I'll be here. I'll try my best to be here as much as possible and continue to provide updates. Thank you so much, Chief, for tuning in. And again, I'll see you on the next update.